It might involve fire. Beautiful piece of equipment. It's very well built. Now we're getting some really good fire. If it was up to me, I'd buy one of these in a heartbeat. All right, folks, time for a new toy. Now this one comes to us from a company called Bali Outdoors. Now you might guess, with it being on my channel and the word outdoors being in their name, that it might involve fire, and you'd be exactly right. This is their 27-inch smokeless fire pit. What's cool about it, it's not just a fire pit. You can also use it as a barbecue grill. You can cook over charcoal, cook over wood. You can even cook with your pellet smoker pellets. This one's gonna be fun. Let's get it out of the box, get it put together, and take a closer look. Oh, and stick with me. We'll find out a little later on how it does with cheeseburgers. All right, folks, let's take a closer look at the 27-inch smokeless fire pit from Bali Outdoors. Now, I think it's actually a beautiful piece of equipment. It's very well built. It's got 3 legs. It's very sturdy. I like the way it feels. It looks sharp, looks really pretty in your backyard. It's a pretty piece. Now, we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. Now, on the very, very bottom, there's actually a heat shield there that helps prevent your porch from getting too hot or your patio. It's a very good heat shield. Next, you have a ash pan that will catch your ashes as they fall through the bottom of the fire bowl. You also want to be very careful with that and make sure the ashes are completely out, no embers are blowing around. Speaking of blowing embers, there's an open bottom to this thing to help the airflow, but the problem with that is if it's very windy, you're going to get some ashes blowing out and some embers blowing out. Do not use this on a windy day. By all means, do not use it on a windy day. Now, how does this thing work? Well, basically, we're going to use pellets with it today. We're going to put some pellet smoking pellets in here and ignite them. And the way this stays smoke-free. Now, I'm not a chemist. I'm not going to be able to tell you exactly how this works or what the chemical reaction is that happens, but definitely you're going to have fire in the bottom where the pellets are on fire. And these holes up here that are the top of the bowl are going to have fire come shooting out of them. It's really cool looking once you see it. And that fire there burns the smoke that's coming from the lower fire. So that also makes it smokeless. So if you're using a lot of wood and had a very high fire, you would not be smokeless. You want to keep your fire contained inside the bowl. And that's one of the biggest keys, is keeping it low. That's why I want to use pellets for this. Now there's a grate we'll put on top here. You saw the grate earlier when I put it together. And we're going to do some cheeseburgers on it. We're going to get this thing lit first. We'll put some pellets in here, let it get going, and I'll bring you guys back when we get ready to start it. Before I put pellets in here, I do want to show you how the wood could work in here. There's some really good, these are good sized wood splits. I mean, look at my massive forearms. Shut up. My forearms, about as long as my forearms. And these will fit in here very well. I mean, we could build a fire right here, or build it with charcoal and add this wood on top of it, however we wanted to do. We could build a fire in there very easy with these wood splits. These are smaller. You'd have to use gigantic ones, but these would work very well. And you want to use, if you're going to cook on it, you want to use some good hardwood, oak, pecan, something like that. These are oak wood right here. Yeah, so they're great space for that. We're going to, of course, use pellets, and I'll pour the pellets in here right now. All right, y'all, as I get ready to pour these pellets in, I'm not sure what this piece does. I've only seen the 22-inch Bali fire pit, and it did not have the inner tube here. This is called an inner tube. I can't wait to see what that does. We'll watch together and see what I'm guessing these holes may shoot flame out, so I'm not sure. But I don't want to put the whole bag of pellets in there. I don't want to be here for 16 hours while this thing burns. I don't know how fast it's going to burn. So I'll put enough to cover the bottom of it and a little depth, and then I'll stop, and then we'll see how it looks from there. So let's just pour some of these. These are B&B pellets. They're just hardwood grilling pellets. Let's see how they go here. That's probably about 15 to 20 pounds, about a half a bag of pellets there. Now we'll put some starters in there and get it started. And again, I don't know how long it's gonna burn, but we're gonna use this and we're gonna put our burgers over this, try to cook our burgers. Let's watch this and see what it does. And also watch these holes along the top. Here we go. All right, folks, here we go. Well, let's just get going, and I'll bring you guys back once we get a good flame going in here. All right, folks, as you can tell, our fire's getting bigger. It's spreading out some, going slow. It's been about probably 5 minutes since I last talked to you guys. But the fire's getting bigger, and you can see smoke right now. But I think as the fire gets much bigger, and it starts coming out those holes at the top, they call it like a vortex effect. Basically, at the top, you'll see the fire shooting out there once we get a really roaring flame. And that's when you'll start burning the smoke. Right now, it's smoking because there's nothing to burn the smoke that's getting, from the lower fire here. So we'll keep watching. Just want you to know what's going on. You can see smoke now. Hopefully, we won't see smoke shortly. Now we're getting some really good fire. Here in a few minutes, or maybe just in a couple minutes, we'll start seeing some flames come out those holes. It's a really cool looking effect, and that's what makes it smokeless. But our fire is really getting lit up now, and I'm glad for that because I was getting a little worried I didn't do something right, but I think we're good. So you can kind of see it there on the far wall of the fire pit. You can see those holes and some fire coming out of it every once in a while. Once it gets going here, we'll see that pretty well. I think it's going to be a big deal. So let's just see what happens here. Pretty cool stuff, and that's what makes it smokeless. I see very little smoke. To be honest with you, very little smoke, which is what it's supposed to do. We got really high flames here. I don't know if I want that high flame when I'm grilling burgers on there. But it's a learning curve, right? The thing is really getting lit up now, getting really good. Look at the flames coming out those holes now. That looks really neat. It's really cool. And that's what's burning off the smoke. All right, folks, another quick look here. I want to show you this again. It's really starting to do really well now with those flames coming out the holes there at the top there. I think it's really cool looking. It's burning all the smoke off. There you see no smoke. I need to back up for some for you so you can see there's no smoke at all on any of this. It's really fantastic. My big concern at this point, guys, is how's it going to do when I go put the grate on top of it? Am I going to get massive flame the whole time? Will there be enough heat left to cook burgers when the flame is not so roaring, if you will? That's going to be a problem or not, but we're going to give it a try and see what happens as we get closer to letting this fire die down a little bit. There's plenty of pellets in there. That vortex effect is really cool, really neat looking, and that's what burns your smoke. All right, y'all, in an effort to season this grate, I want to spray it with just some Pam here and go ahead and put it on the fire pit. Just try to season a little bit here. All I'm trying to do is just get this seasoned. All right, there we go. Here we go. If I can get on there without getting burned. That's crazy hot, y'all. There's no much flames anymore, but tell you what, that is crazy hot. There we go. Now we get that seasoned a little bit. And once we get good and seasoned, we'll put our burgers on. Getting close. I like the way it's dying down slowly, not just going out. I didn't know how that would work. I can see embers in there. Once I get it to where it's cool enough for you guys to look down in the camera, I put my camera over top, I'll let you see how it's kind of just glowing with embers from those wood pellets. All right, folks, we're ready to put our burgers on. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this whole rack and put this whole rack right onto that grate. I didn't want to do that at first, but I'm afraid it'd be nice to be able to pick the whole rack up and move the burgers all at one time. Instead of trying to flip them and be in a hurry, I can pick the rack up and remove it till the flames die down if there are flames, that kind of issue. So I'm not sure how to do this, so I'm gonna try it with this rack first. We'll put it on. We're going to use Grumpy's Amped All-Purpose Rub because I love the stuff, especially on burgers. It's great. So we'll put it on once we get it on. Here we go now. We'll put it straight on. There we go. Now we'll let those go for a bit. Crazy hot. Feel some good heat. I didn't get a sear because I'm putting on that rack first before putting onto the grate. But I can hear it. They're definitely sizzling now. Hear a little bit of a sizzle to them. So we'll bring you guys back when it's time to flip them or something like that. When something's going on, if I get major flare-ups, I'll let you know about that kind of thing. And there is a link to Grumpy's Amped All-Purpose Rub in the description below. If you're interested in trying a really good all-purpose rub that puts a really good bark onto your food, it does a great job with that. It's a really good SPG-based rub. So anyway, we'll get this going and see how they go. All right, let's flip these real quick. I think they look like they're about ready to be flipped. Oh, looking good, man. I have to say they look really good. Oh yeah, good char on there. That's like those are looking really good, guys. Looking really good. All right, folks, I'm ready for the cheese. We'll go ahead and put the cheese on here. And once this cheese melts, we're ready to take them off and dig into them, see how we did. All right, guys, see you in a minute. All right, folks, we got our burgers done, and I really enjoyed using the Bali Outdoors 27-inch smokeless fire pit. Really fun to use, turned it into a grill, of course. We used pellets that burnt beautifully. I was real impressed with that. I was really concerned how they would do, but they did great. I mean, once they got going, they did beautifully. I let them kind of burn down and put the burgers on then. I could have used the grate, no problem, I think, but I was a little concerned, so I used that tray instead. But this thing did great, guys. It was super easy to put together. It's very safe. It's got that good safety shield on the bottom, so you can use it on your patio, your back porch. 2 caveats, actually. Do not use it on a windy day. By all means, do not use it on a windy day. It's open down low, and ashes will blow out, no doubt. The other thing is don't use it indoors. You don't want to do that because it's obviously not that safe for indoor use. One other thing too, do not use lighter fluid. Don't use lighter fluid anyway, but definitely don't do it here on your pellets. Don't use that kind of stuff. It's not what you want to do with this device especially. But enjoy this thing. You can use wood, you can use charcoal, you can use pellets. I think all three of them are fantastic options. There is a discount code of Grumpy you want to use when you go to check out if you get one of these. I'm not sure the discount code or discount amount right now. Hopefully I'll know by the time this video publishes, and I'll put it down at the bottom of the screen and tell you what your discount's going to be. I'll have a link also for you to use in the description below to get this device from a company called Bali Outdoors. Wonderful company. They're, I've done business with them before. I like them a lot. Very good folks. So let's dive into our burger and see how we did. I've got some mayonnaise. This is a quick throw together here, so I'm just gonna put mayonnaise on, which is pretty typical for me. I got way too much here, but I'll put some on my bun here and we'll give it a try. A burger off of the Bali Outdoors 27-inch smokeless fire pit turned into a grill. Let's see how we did. Cheers, folks. That's juicy, guys. Looks really good. Tell you that amped does a real good job. Don't forget to order some amped. You'll love it. I promise you'll love it. It's really, really good. Good on burgers and other stuff, man. Well, guys, I tell you what. If it was up to me, I'd buy one of these in a heartbeat. I will use it quite often. If not for grilling, at least for the grandkids using for s'mores or hot dogs, something like that. Super simple to use. I can't wait to try it with those kids. They'll be excited to see this thing. Guys, hope you got some value out of today's video. Please hit the like button and please subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that. Until next time, I'll meet you at the smoke.